Welcome to the Magnet Pool, where we dive into Miami-Dade's most innovative and creative magnet programs that truly make Miami-Dade County Public Schools your best choice for education. I'm your host, Dr. Magda Castro Pereira, Administrative Director in the Office of School Choice and Parental Options. And today we will dive into a unique STEM pathway in our North feeder pattern, starting with Sheppard Elementary School, where students are introduced to hands-on exploratory learning, and then they continue to Marti MAST 6 through 12 Academy, where students deepen their skills in a rigorous coursework in science, technology, engineering, and math. And joining us from both schools, we have their amazing lead teachers. We have Ms. Pura Ruiz from Sheppard Elementary School and Christine Estrada from Marti MAST 6 through 12 Academy. Welcome, ladies. Thank you for joining me today. It's really an honor to have you guys here and to really start talking about STEM, right? This STEM pathway is super important for us, right? And what better way than to start from kindergarten on? So, Pura, can you tell us a little bit about Sheppard Elementary and what sets your STEM magnet program apart from the others that we have?
So our STEM magnet program is a hands-on project-based program. We start in kindergarten officially, but we do have our pre-K classes also participate. So that's an added bonus. Our students participate in real-world problem-solving activities.
And that's embedded in across the curriculum, or is it just in science classes, or is it an elective?
It is not an elective. It is part of our core class, our typical day. It is embedded into our science, our math, and it's embedded all day. And we, when we do our STEM activities, it is a day activity, the whole day.
Right.
Covers everything.
So walk us through a typical day, right? Because our parents love to see students engaged, right? Especially in elementary school. Students learn by having the love for what they're doing, right? And what better way than through STEM pathways where the students are all getting hands-on. And really what Sheppard is doing is really setting those foundational skills. So when the students go through the curricular pathway into Marti MAST 6 through 12 Academy, that they have those foundational skills to be successful there in their STEM program. So walk us through. It doesn't matter what grade level, right? And it's amazing that you start from pre-K and you're exposing those students, because as a parent myself, I would have loved to have my pre-K child actually go through these STEM learning activities. So walk us through one of them.
So a typical day is not really a day for STEM. We take several days for STEM. You know, we first start with the math, we start with the science, we introduce them to the concepts that will be part of their STEM activity. Then the students then are presented with a challenge question where they have to build something to answer a question. And then they work together. They work collaboratively in groups to come up with their designs, their what they think will answer the question. Wow. So, and this is from K through 5.
Wow.
And so that may be the first day. The second day, they'll actually start to build they'll get their materials, they'll start to build it out, they will start to test it. They will test their activities. For example, third grade did egg drops from the second floor, you know, so they dropped it down. You know, they spent all day doing that. They had an amazing time. Then they went back and redesigned. So this is why it's not a one-day activity, it's a several-day activity. And then finally at the end, they present their findings. And that is usually in the upper grades, some sort of video that they present. Sometimes they present to just the groups within their class, depending on their grade level.
That, you know, when you're describing those activities, what resonates with me is, and I've talked about it in the Magnet Pool before with other magnet programs, is really preparing our students with 21st century skills, right? The critical thinking, the problem-based learning, the collaborative learning, right? So essential, right, to prepare our students for future careers, right? And I know we're starting early in pre-K and kindergarten, right? But at least the exposure, right? And the introduction and the awareness that these skills are important in primary and elementary is so important, so that when they segue now into Jose Marti MAST 6 through 12, that they have those skills readily available. So, Christine, take us through the journey, right? Because I know the curricular pathway, and most of the students, right, that you get actually come from Ben Sheppard with those skills, right? But students have this STEM journey, right? Not everybody is heightened in the awareness of a specific, core of the STEM, right? Because we have science, technology, engineering, and math, and we have strengths in some or one or many, right? So take us through that. Take us through that hands-on innovation that's happening at your school that really elevates these skills for their students.
Okay, so I think one of the nice things about our school, I feel like that we're a boutique style small school. The 6 through 12 configuration, which is not very common, there's very few 6 through 12
Right.
schools, helps our students, especially the ones that come from Ben Sheppard, are already, right?
Yeah.
They came, they've already done that kind of STEM work, but we are a magnet. We take kids from everywhere. We have kids from out of the country, out of state, but they come into 6th grade and they get that math and science hands-on. It's very rigorous,
Right.
all advanced. We don't have regular classes. And I find that even the kids that came from a regular program, they kind of push themselves because they see there's no regular place to go. So they push themselves and we can prepare them. It is all hands-on. It is project-based. We continue
Same
the same type of
philosophy, same
philosophy
approach.
because it's how they learn the best, right? We're actually doing things that they're going to be doing when they go into those 21st century
Right.
careers, and it's not the same as we were before.
So I know that your school is so unique, and like you said, a boutique,
Mhm.
right? And it's literally right across the street from Ben Sheppard. So talk to us a little bit about what sets your school apart, right? Not just academically. We know about that coursework for STEM, but culturally, right? And creatively, what sets your school apart?
Okay, I think that one of the biggest takeaways is that because we're so small, and I think I'm going to say that a lot today, but I think that's just a big part of it. It's so small.
But it's unique
It
to
is
your
unique
school.
because we're small, 6 through 12, under about 1,000 kids, a little more, and we welcome kids. While the majority are Hispanic, as our majority from Hialeah, but we welcome kids from all over the world. Like last year, it was Saudi Arabia, Taiwan,
Wow.
Brazil, Spain. It's crazy how many kids they come, and I think that gives our students, especially the ones that have born, raised in Miami, that is all they know. They get to learn about different cultures and what is important there, and ethical considerations. All of that is important, and because they're so small, they, even if it might be one student, they really get to know the different cultures and all that, and I think that sets us apart from other kids. Also, the fact that our students are encouraged to speak up. They're encouraged to be innovative. We listen to their ideas. They get to explore. They get to create their own projects. They get to find a problem that they want to solve and create projects around it through our classes that allow them to explore that and come up with solutions.
Wow.
So I think that's a very important part of it.
It truly is. It truly is. And when we talk about this STEM journey, right? It's a powerful pathway, right? And in our district, and I've said it many times, when we sit at the district office and develop these programs, we're literally looking at the curricular pathway, right? Because magnet programs are aligned to students' passions, interests, right? And we want them to hone into those skills, right? So that when they graduate from Miami-Dade County Public Schools, it just doesn't stop in 12th grade. We are preparing them for college and career ready, right? Especially with these 21st century skills. But I want to really hone in and tell our listeners and our viewers that this is open to all students. It's not just your students from Ben Sheppard, that through the magnet application, anyone can apply to come to these schools, right? So, Pura, talk to us a little bit about how you prepare the students at Ben Sheppard to transition into 6th grade, into Jose Marti.
So, I mean, it starts with, with a strong foundation, like I said, from our pre-K classes. And our students, the rigor gets a little bit more and more as they go through from pre-K through 5th grade. There is a progression to our STEM. Everything that we do STEM related in our school, there is a progression. We have a garden. And then when we do, and our partnership with Jose Marti, we visit their arboretum. So they see that garden at the school, and then they see their arboretum at Jose Marti, and they see what they're doing, what it can turn into. So, I mean, we start foundational skills. We, just progressively get a little bit more rigorous and get them ready.
You lay the foundation, right?
Yes.
And then they deepen their learning through you. So talk to us a little bit about that in-depth, right? Problem solving, hands-on, exploratory learning, discovery learning, right? That happens. It's not just bookwork, right?
No.
Where it's not about bookwork. It's about really having that love of learning and really a hands-on approach, right? So can you talk to us a little bit about how do you deepen those skills?
Okay. One of the main things we do, and it is unique to our school, all of our science core classes have a lab component. So it's great because one class is strictly content. That's our bookwork. That is our lectures. Right. And then the teachers plan together, and the lab teacher is doing hands-on labs, but for a full class period regarding whatever was taught in the content class. And that goes through all of our core science classes. And to expand from that, like, again, our students, some of them they're incredible, and a lot of them, it stands out, but we have expanded our dual enrollment program. And we have our, again, we've called it our Swords and Shield Society. It's almost like an exclusive.
That's great.
A little exclusive society, but it allows them, again, boutique, tailored to the needs of a student. Some students might just be exploring a class because they're not sure if they like it. Other students are expanding what they've learned at our school because we've run out of classes for them to take. I have a student right now taking discrete math, differential equations, calculus 3, and I'm not for math, but again, calculus BC is the highest math we can take in Dade County. But we afford them those opportunities. We take them to campus during the day. They can do it after school. We partner with Fairchild. We partner with a lot of different other organizations which allow our students to put that into practice. Our over 40 clubs and organizations, again, to expand what you're learning in class. There's something for almost every subject area.
And let me tap into something, right, that you said, because your school has an advanced criteria in the magnet application, which means that the children that are coming in have to have advanced coursework to be able to be eligible to participate and receive a seat or an offering in your school. However, it's not that if I've never been in advanced coursework, can I not go to your school, right? I know that you offer an array of support. So you want to elaborate a little bit about that support that you have for students who may experience some challenge in one of their classes or some?
Absolutely. Once they're ours, right? They're babies, they become a part of the Silver Knight family, and we want to make sure that students that are there are successful. So even a student that does come in and didn't have that advanced coursework, particularly in the 6th grade, where it's really not a requirement, it becomes a requirement in high school, we have tutoring available after school. Our teachers alone, they take a lot out of their own time to help students. We have a lot of peer groups. Our high school honor societies will offer tutoring to students. We have a MAST Ambassadors, which is the mentor program, which I feel we've really used it in the last couple of years, and I feel that has made a huge impact. Like at the end of this month, we'll have an event for our brand new students that we'll be welcoming, and we're pairing them up already before they even come into our building with a mentor.
That's amazing, right? Because we learn from our peers better than what we learn from the teachers, right? And simultaneously, the mentor is learning, because if you can explain something, that means you've really mastered that skill, right? So, the benefit is for both.
And I agree. Like when I do school tours, I'm the last person they see. I welcome them and I pass it on to my students, and my students will tour parents an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I tell them, ask them the questions, because you're going to hear it kind of, from the horse's mouth. They're going to be able to tell you probably much better than I can, because they're the ones that are living it every day. Right. And I feel that really works well. And I think that our children sell our program and sell our school because they're living it, and they can say that.
And they love it, right? So who better to sell your program than the students themselves? So learning in magnet programming doesn't happen in a vacuum, right? It happens because we have amazing communities and amazing partnerships and relationships that really sustain our magnet programming in the district, right? And I know that both of your schools have very unique partnerships. So let's start with you, Pura. In Ben Sheppard, talk to us a little bit about the partnership that you have with Deering Estates and Nest, because I know that's very unique to your schools.
So we have been in a partnership with them for about 7 years. So our 2nd through 5th grade students visit Deering Estates 4 times a year.
Wow.
Our K and 1, they come to us. But when we go to Deering Estates, they provide lessons aligned to our curriculum. They could be STEM labs or scientific investigations in a natural setting. So all the activities are done on their property. We do 2 every visit. 2nd through 5th. And it progressively, again, the progression from 2nd, they don't repeat. So if the 2nd graders do activity, 3rd grade do completely different activities. And it is a great partnership with them. The kids enjoy it. They know they're going every year because they've been going since 2nd grade, and they look forward to it. The natural experience of that property is incredible.
Wow.
It's incredible.
It's an experience for those students, right? Because not everybody can get to the Deering Estates, right? So when you take them to that science-oriented, exploratory, event, they're able to see something that they might not have availability to see in the future, right? So what better way to do it than during the school years? And that's exactly why the partnerships that we have truly sustain our programs, because that 1 or 2 times or 3 times that child goes to Deering Estates might motivate him to continue in STEM, right, in his career pathway. And Christine, in Jose Marti MAST, you just unveiled the Cortada Eco Courtyard, right, at the school. Talk to us a little bit about what that is and that partnership that made that available for your students.
Okay, I think it's awesome. What it is, the Eco Courtyard it's an installation that's a dynamic learning space. Okay, it's 9 different eco art activities that the kids go through, and there's different activities that they can do that integrate art and science.
Oh, wow.
And then one of them, which is maybe I'm partial, but it's my favorite. I think it's the one that stands out the most is the mangrove reclamation project, where we have over 400 mangrove seedlings that are being reclaimed because the mangroves are endangered, and we're part of that program. It just looks so beautiful. It's on a blue wall, and it's almost like it is water, and it mimics that, so it's fantastic. And it's alongside our arboretum, which is which I know was a baby forest. I didn't know that's what I got. That's what an arboretum is, which is now quite large. And Ben Sheppard kids have come to us. We have a STEAM environmental center, which is like a mobile classroom. We're the only one in Dade County that has that. So that also affords other schools to come and to visit that. And it's immersive, and it includes, ecology, activism, all of it in one place. And I think that Mr. Cortada said it's more than just an art installation, it's a launch pad to leadership in it. And our kids run it.
Exactly.
So when our students visit, it is student led, and a lot of our stuff is student led. Our teachers are there more to guide the students, but our students do a lot of the work there. When we have visits, our students run the
and as we're talking about really taking the passion and the skills that these students have, right? You're also including leadership skills there, right? And what better way to do it than something that's representing that they're taking ownership of that, right? And talk to us a little bit about the arts, because I know that you are a STEM school, but you're also incorporating the arts because you have amazing art teachers. So talk to us a little bit about how you're embedding that in the magnet program.
So I think that we're definitely putting that A in STEAM now at our school, which was originally not part of it. We have been fortunate. We've had a couple of our teachers who have gone on to pursue their art. And I think that's one of the biggest things. I think they were artists first and then educators. And that helps. We have 3 AP art classes.
Wow.
Advanced placement art classes at our school. Our new teacher is very particular also on being eco-friendly. We do a lot of things with reclaimed paper, whatever it is. I'm the one, I grab my, I get the cardboard paper that they package, and I bring them to her. We had a huge, during Earth Day, part of this was we do a trash and show every year, which is the kids have to design clothing out of completely recycled goods. It cannot be anything new and purchase. But it involves, they have to do a research project. They have to say what inspired them. Was it what particular era inspired them, and why they chose the items that they chose. And we this year, as a matter of fact, we had the Scholastic Gold Key winner, 40 and nationwide of, I think, tens of thousands of entries, and she was the only student who won that was not from an art specific school. But we combine it, and our art teacher works with our botany teacher and our science teachers to do a lot of collaborative work that include the sciences in the arts.
And listen, and I've said it many, many times, our students are amazing and they have such wonderful skills, but our teachers are exceptional, right? As you can see here, the foundation that your teachers are giving these students in STEM at Ben Sheppard is really laying down, those skills for when they cultivate them when they get to the middle and the senior high school at Marti MAST, right? They're exceptional. And I can't say it enough, but it's a blessing to be able to have the amazing teachers that we have in Miami-Dade County Public Schools. And we're able to have these themes, right, in 121 magnet schools and, over 450 magnet programs that, Miami-Dade County leads magnet programming in the nation, as you all know, through Magnet Schools of America. And we're just very honored to have that uniqueness and to be able to have these other districts come in to see what's happening in Miami-Dade in magnet programming. How are they doing it, right? So we're almost wrapping up, and we end always with one question, right? And I'm going to start with you, Pura. What is your magnet pull? What, in your perspective, what draws students to Ben Sheppard?
To be honest, our magnet pull is the pathway that we have with Jose Marti. They love the fact that our kids can transition and be prepared for the 6 through 12. That is our biggest magnet pull.
That's great.
Yeah.
And we've said that, right? We've talked about that at length today. How about you, Christine? What is your magnet pull?
I feel like I have to kind of step out of my role as a lead teacher and go back to being a mom. Because from a mom who had a child at Jose Marti before I was working there. And I remember the first day I left her there, a little 6th grader with her big bow walking these big 12th graders. I'm like, oh my goodness, is she going to be okay? But our pool, I think, is, again, we're unique, we're boutique style, we're small. Students that come to our school are not only prepared for their future and they're going to be 100% successful, they become part of the Silver Knight family. They are not a number. And sadly, there's so many schools where you have thousands and thousands and thousands of kids and everybody knows you there. So you're not going to fall through the cracks. And you're going to be prepared because you're going to get a top-notch education. You're going to get a elite private school education at a public school.
And free.
Right.
Let's highlight that for parents, right? Because magnet programs are very specialized. They cultivate the skill, the talent, the passion that these students have for free. And what better way to do it than through Miami-Dade County Public Schools magnet programming?
Absolutely.
Right? Any last statements you want to say? You're good? Okay. Well,
Great.
Magnet programming at your schools are exceptional. And both of you as lead teachers really set the bar, right? Really high for the other schools. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you, both of you, because your schools are exceptional and you're almost full at capacity, which really makes a statement as to, what type of magnet programming you both have at your respective schools. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you to the listeners and the viewers who took an opportunity to hone into our magnet pool today and learn about the STEM curricular pathway that we have in the North feeder pattern. I also want to thank Community News for allowing us an opportunity to share our stories here with you. As a reminder, both Ben Sheppard Elementary and Jose Marti MAST 6 through 12 Academy, both are magnet programs which require a magnet application. Our magnet application opens up October 1st through January 15th. That application has closed. However, we do have our second opportunity for parents who either missed the application or would like to venture out and apply for the open seats, which is called, the application is Open Seat Magnet Application, and any magnet program that has any availability from kindergarten through 12th grade is available there in that magnet application. And all you have to do is go into dadeschools.net, into your parent portal, and apply for the open seat magnet application. I want to recommend all of our parents to log into our webpage, miamimagnets.org, and explore the plethora of programs that we have in magnet programming across Miami-Dade County Public Schools that makes Miami-Dade County Public Schools your best choice for education. And that concludes our episode. Stay tuned and stay drawn to what inspires you, and we'll see you next time on the Magnet Pool.